Hi, my name is Megan Atavle, and I've been making interactive floor and wall experiences for over 20 years. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the balls that I like. We make a lot of wall experiences that are played with balls, where you throw the ball at the wall in order to engage with the experience. These can be ambient experiences, experiences in sensory labs. They can also be games. They can be used at trade shows. They can be used at brand activations. There's all kinds of different ways that you can use an interactive wall that people play by throwing balls. We've even done some high accuracy sports installations where people are actually using these types of installations to train people. The type of ball that we typically use with the low-cost games that come with LUMOplay's monthly or annual subscription are inflatable balls. We ordered about 200 of these close to 8 years ago, and we're just getting to the end of them now. They do deflate over time, and they tend to get damaged quite easily. So if you have a long-term installation and you're doing something where kids or families or players are going to be using the balls on a daily basis, this isn't something that I'd recommend, but they are very, very useful if you're doing a brand activation because, as you can see, you can get these types of balls branded. These are about 6 inches in diameter. They're not quite exactly round, so I looked for a ball that I could replace with this ball. I could replace this ball with that is pretty much the same size, and I'll be sharing that right away. But if you did want to order something like this, there are some websites, and I'll link to one in the description, where you can order a branded beach ball that is this size, and it'll work great in your installation. Now you can go bigger than this, but if you want to go smaller than this in your games, then you would need to order a custom high accuracy sports installation. And the reason for that is because the low-cost cameras that we recommend for LUMOplay do not track very small, very fast balls very well, and your accuracy is going to go down. So when you are designing your experience, it's best to design it, if you want to keep your costs down, for something bigger and also something slower. The nice thing about these inflatable balls is that they don't move super quick, so you can very easily give them to a whole bunch of kids and have them huck them around and no one's going to get hurt. Like I said, they're not as durable, so you definitely want to look for something that is a little bit more durable if you're going to have a long-term installation. The next ball I want to show you, and all of these balls came from Amazon, I'll provide some affiliate links in the description, is this was described as a sensory ball. It has all these little knobbly bits, and it does actually feel really nice to hold and would work really, really well for installations where younger kids are playing with the balls. This is also an inflatable. All of the balls I'm going to show you today are inflatable and not solid balls. And they're very safe to throw at walls or even at rear projection screens. They're not going to do any damage. These balls all come with a little pin and pump mechanism that you use to keep them inflated, and they don't need to be inflated nearly as often as the beach ball that I just showed you. So this is about the same size as the balls that we were already using. It's about 6 inches in diameter, 6-7 inches. And it feels nice to throw. They come in multiple colors and they play really well, they bounce really well, and they're not expensive. So if you're looking for something for a sensory lab or a school or for an installation where a lot of people are going to be playing and you don't need to have a branded ball, these are a really good investment. The next ball that I want to show you is actually my favorite, and I think you can tell right away why it's my favorite. This looks spectacular on camera. So if your installation, particularly if you're designing something that's meant to be eye-catching, you want people to take a lot of photos, this is an amazing ball to get. They're not that expensive, but if you plan to get these for an installation, you'll have to order quite a few of them because they only come in, I believe, packs of 4. But they're very durable. They're a lot more substantial, I guess, like heavier than the first ball that I showed or the second ball that I showed. Actually, they're probably the thickest and most durable of all of the balls that I'm going to show you, closer to something that you would find in a school. And for that reason, I expect this to actually stay inflated for a lot longer and just be overall more durable. It doesn't feel like it's subject to being punctured. I think you'd have to really try to damage this ball. Plus, it just looks fantastic. So I think this if you're just looking for something for an installation that you want people to take a lot of photos of, or you're doing something as a brand activation, these are a really good choice. And then the last balls that I want to show you are about 10, just between 10 and 11 inches in diameter. They are pretty cool. These came in a larger pack. I think I got 6 of these. They're too big for me to keep all of them inflated. And one of the things that I noticed is that they're stickier. I think they come out of the package a bit sticky, so you might have to wash it to just get rid of all of these spots and stuff. They tend to look dirty faster. They do work really well, and this is the best ball. This size is amazing for very small children because it's going to give them kind of like a leg up on accuracy in any of the games. So a bigger ball is better if you have small children and you don't want them to miss. This is also very lightweight. It won't damage anything if something gets hit with it. They're very easy to see, and they come in multiple colors. You can also get different patterns. I just ordered sort of the marble-y pattern, but there's a lot of different patterns of this type of ball that you can get. I don't think it's as durable as the last ball that I showed, but I do think that it would survive for a couple years in a museum setting, for example, where the ball experience is being used every day by a lot of different children. If you have any questions about LUMOplay, about our interactive wall ball experiences, or about how you can set up your own interactive wall experience, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I answer all of the comments that are left on our videos, and I answer all of our emails. So if you want to reach me, it's info@lumoplay.com. If you want to learn more about LUMOplay, you can visit lumoplay.com. And I mean, these balls are great for all kinds of things, not just for our games. So hopefully this review kind of helped you out, and as I mentioned, all of the links to the products that I just showed you are in the description. And yeah, I'll see you next week with another video.